Oh, g'day. Just surveying the damage in the flood water, where the area's been flooded with nice, clean, fresh water that's now gone to be dirty water that's no good for human consumption. And I can't help but notice just how insane and unsustainable our society is. Everything about the way that we live in this modern world is unsustainable. So it's insane because we don't seem to recognise that it's unsustainable. There's actually nothing about the way that we live in the modern world that's sustainable. We are unsustainable, inefficient, impractical, out of accordance, and insane because we don't seem to realise what we're doing. That's insanity. Keep trying to do something, trying to bring about some kind of result in some way that is very clearly not going to work and not going to lead to any fruition. So that's what we got. That's what's going on, yeah? Now, what day is it? It's the 3rd day of January in 2024, Anno Domini. And a festive period, so Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Now, the blessing that I've been putting out to people is may Christmas morning, or may every morning feel like Christmas morning to you. May you carry that blessing with you throughout the day, every single day. You have blessings and good wishes to each other on Christmas morning, the one day of the year that we're nice to each other in the Western world, that we're kind to each other, particularly in Australia. But it's interesting because I was talking to some Muslims on Christmas Day when I went down to see my mate Mahmoud and my mate Abdur Rahman to get some blessed meat for myself and for my dogs, and then get a few other necessities, because that's where I'll get most of my food from if I can. Certainly will not spend any money at those two big chain, the two biggest supermarket businesses, those ones. Yeah, do not spend your money there. It's interesting because that's a haram. Haram is forbidden. Exploiting people the way that those two businesses do, that's haram. That's forbidden. Exploitation of other people. Now that's what Australians basically do, isn't it? That's what the Western world basically is, exploitation of other people, isn't it? And so where we're at now for this festive period, it doesn't really feel like a festive period. It didn't feel like a festive period. You know why? Because we've got all these planets that are in retrograde, you see. They're moving away from us. From our perspective here on Earth, these planets are moving away from us. Now we've got the 1st January, Jupiter stationed directly and starting to come back towards us, you see. Now we've got the analemma. So that's what will be today, tomorrow, and the next day. So the sun and the earth will be closest together. Now it goes this orbit, does this little figure 8 like that, right? So I beg your pardon, orbit, a little figure 8 like that, and then back. Now that's what we send out to the aliens, or the extraterrestrials, or whatever you call them, the off-planet entities. We send that out to them, so say this orbit, if you're coming to this planet, you see this orbit, that's us. Cheerio, come say hello. They do. But anyway, so I just thought I'd give a cheerio and give you all a warm wishing for the festive period. I also want to see the festive period from All Hallows Day, or the Halloween, up until the Lunar New Year. I'm doing a bit of research and coming to understand the past and why things are the way that they are in the world. So it's a time for blessing. Now, it's a time for looking at yourself, looking deep inside yourself, at the same time as sharing time with other people and being festive. Now, we get a lot of astrological coincidences that occur with all these other astronomical coincidences, that occur with all these other world event coincidences, that occur with all these other solar activity coincidences. It's all very coincidental. But the coincidences upon the coincidences upon the coincidences upon the coincidences, they kind of show that there might be something there for us to take notice of. Also, the coincidence is something a little bit more like, you know, if you could dance like this, and you can only go shuffle here and then back here. Then the other thing with the coincidence is I learnt this from my dear older brother. It's a bit like salsa. What you do is you just pretend that you're marking someone in soccer, or football if you're an internationalist, and simply mark. So this is like a coincidence as well, you see. A coincidence can pass for salsa. So you just act as though you're marking someone, right? That's what you do. You act as though you're marking someone in soccer. Now that gives you a great coincidence. Now the coincidence is something that's not very well revered in Australia because people like me apply it, and a lot of people think that people like us, people like me, are idiots. Well, I am as far as not knowing things, but once I know something, then I'm not an idiot anymore for that part anyway. I might be stupid because I sometimes do know better, but then I do it, but that's very rare. Anyway, I didn't want to wrap it on too much. I just wanted to give the festive greetings and just go like, what are we doing? What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our year? We've got this thing, there's this bloke called the Leo King. You could look him up on the World Wide Web, and he's talking about there's this time that's coming around now, and it's not just going to be this reset and then everything go back to the way it was, which is what's the point of even getting out of bed. It's like there's going to be a change. There's a reset, and then we're going to start again, and we're going to do it better and newer, and we're going to be sustainable and practical. Civilization, as I know it at least, is going to end. But civilization will not end. Civilization will continue. Civilization as I know it is going to end. That's what my teacher Mercadan told me a few weeks ago. So I don't really know what that means, but I'm ready. I'm ready for the change. Just want to make a bit more money and pay out some responsibilities that I have from business gone bad a few years ago and some heavy vehicles breaking down and stuff like that. So I need about 50 grand. If anyone wants to donate 50 grand, you're more than welcome. I'll take it. I'll take it because I'm going to pay it straight to other people, because I don't want to be in that position of owing anyone else any money as the civilization as I know it ends, and the currency and all that kind of stuff changes, becomes a one world currency, one world currency government, and all that kind of stuff seems to be what's on the cards, you know what I mean? And maybe we need to have an evolution. Maybe we need to get real about how unsustainable we are, how impractical we are, how insane we are. Now, my question to you is, are you an insane person? Are you living in a way that you know is completely unsustainable, completely unfeasible, completely impractical, and the cost of that is immeasurable, incalculable? Are you living that way? Are you playing your role in this apparent rental crisis in this country? Are you playing your role in things just going out of control? You just play along? Are you doing that? If you are, then why? You know, like, why is this water dirty here? Why is there this riparian zone here? Why is all the industrial land on the creek? They were put there so they could just dump their waste straight into the creek system, you see. Now that's what the foundation is, that's what the root is, that's what has come before us now. And that's why I'm thinking that this creek system is so polluted. And we're killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. We're unsustainable, we're killing ourselves, we're out of accordance, we're impractical, we're unfeasible. So why? Why get out of bed? Now, this time of year is a great time to have a look at yourself. As planets come out of retrograde and come back to facing us direct and then come back towards us, now's a good time to have a look at yourself and see if you can get sustainable at the very least. That's enough for now. All the best for the festive season. All the best for today, tomorrow, and every other day that you live. Cheerio.